I was going into my place the other day, and a woman who lives in this building said that she has decided to grow out her gray hair. And she said that after she saw me starting to do it, and that she was thinking, like, why does she go through all the trouble of doing it? To be honest, for me, it wasn't that much trouble. It was more like the principle behind it and the health behind it. And she could really resonate with it. And I was so excited because, I mean, I don't care if she, if I was like the impetus that helped her make that jump, but whatever it was, like, I don't know, I loved her. It felt really empowering for her. And then it made me feel so much more proud or excited that I'm doing this. So I have some new things to share with you. They're not, hugely different from what I've been sharing, but a little more detailed, like nuanced details. So first thing is that purple shampoo and blue shampoo are very different. They can both be very drying on the hair. I've actually heard that blue shampoo can be more drying than purple shampoo, which I was surprised to hear. But you don't want to use blue shampoo on your gray hair. You want to use purple shampoo on your gray hair. So they are both for brassy hair and to tone down colors or tints that you don't want showing up in your hair, like orange or yellow or, those brassy tinges. But you have to be aware of what color you're trying to avoid getting into your hair, or what color you're trying to minimize in your hair that you don't like. And the beautiful thing is that this is very connected to the color wheel. It's science. For any of you artists out there or people who are really into color, whether it's for your wardrobe or your interior design, if you're a colorist, if you believe in color theory, like, it all makes sense when you look at a color wheel. So for those of you who, whether you're familiar with a color wheel or not, I'm just gonna kind of recap what it is. So the color wheel shows a wheel of which colors complement each other, which colors sit next to each other, which colors go well together, which colors bring out the other color. And when you look at the color wheel, it's like a map that just lets you see it all there right in front of you. So when there is gray hair, when you're growing out your gray hairs, if there's heat on your hair, if you've been in the sun a lot, if there is toxicity in your body, because the gray hair is really porous, it will show any of these factors. And these factors are not usually the healthiest for our hair, especially when it's gray, because it's porous. So I believe, in my opinion, that it's already not healthy for our hair, but when it's gray, it shows more. And that's actually really good information, because if it shows more, it doesn't mean that that's your excuse to go and color your hair. You can still grow out your grays, but know which shampoo to use to make sure that the yellow tone, it's almost like a dirty yellow, like it doesn't look rich, and it's very brassy. That's what you want to try to eliminate. So if you look at a color wheel, yellow and purple are complementary colors. So that's the reason for purple shampoo. Can you tell I was also an art teacher besides all the other subjects. But yes, purple contrasts the yellow, which you are trying to eliminate or tone down. And that's the reason for using the purple shampoo. Again, purple shampoo should only be used, it shouldn't be used daily. It should, I only use it once a month because I don't think I really need it right now. Some people use it once a week or once every 2 weeks, but it should be minimized because it can dry your hair. It can be very drying to the hair. The other thing I realized is that when I've been using the purple shampoo, I didn't leave it in my hair. I would just put it in my hair, lather it up. I told you I was mixing it with my regular shampoo and like half and half, and then I would lather it up and I would wash it out. And I realized, oh, when I was looking at the ingredients on a bottle the other day to share with you guys, I thought, oh, it says leave in for a few minutes. Like, I think it said something like 1 to 3 minutes or something like that. And I haven't done that. So now I'm wondering if I leave it in longer, it would probably take more effect, but then would it be more drying, which I don't really want. So the next time I wash my hair with the purple shampoo, which will be May 8th, because I do it every 8th of every month, I'm going to leave it in for a few minutes and then wash it out. But it's really, really important to not leave purple shampoo in your hair for too long. Like, don't leave it in there for 15 or 20 minutes or half an hour. I'm not even sure how you do that, like get out of the shower and come back. I don't know. But because the purple tinge can tinge your hair, because your hair, again, going gray is more porous. I was worried of whether it was going to tinge the bathtub or something, but that doesn't happen. But I did read and hear from some people that if you leave it in too long, there is a possibility that it can put like a purple tint in your hair. But that's only if you leave it in for like a ridiculous amount of time. You should just leave it in like maximum 5 minutes, but I think it's like something like 1 to 3 minutes, and then wash it out. So that's for the purple shampoo. The blue shampoo is for hair that is specifically more brunette and you've been dyeing it with color to, cover up the grays or do something where it can create an orange tinge in your hair. So if I know when I was getting my hair colored, unless I had an ash color or unless I was going to go and bleach my hair first and then put the brown on it or the dark, like the black or dark brown, I would get some red tones in it, but it could potentially go orange. So you have to go to the right person to get it done. And that was the frustrating part. But I never bleached my hair, so I didn't want to do it that way. So I found a really great stylist who did it in a way that it didn't look orange for me. But when your hair goes that orange tinge, you want to contrast it with the complementary color. So if you look on the color wheel again, the complementary color for orange, which you're trying to minimize or completely get rid of, is blue. So that's why the blue shampoo is more appropriate for brassy, orangey, like brunette hair, not really for gray hair. But again, I have been reading that the blue shampoo can be very drying as well, and sometimes even more than the purple shampoo. So do not use blue shampoo on gray hair, because the blue shampoo, if you think about it, if your gray hair has tinges of yellow in it and brassiness, and you are trying to minimize the yellow, the contrasting color is purple to yellow. So purple will minimize it. If you use blue, think about what blue and yellow combine to make. I'm sure you all know this, but just in case you need a reminder, look at my shirt. The yellowing of your hair and the blue shampoo will make your hair look green. Like it will end up having a tinge of green if you use the blue shampoo on your gray, possibly yellowing hair. So you do not want to use the blue shampoo unless you're wanting some sort of green tinge in your hair. And really, it's not going to be a beautiful tint that you purposely are putting in there. It's not going to look right. And I believe that if you leave the blue shampoo in your hair too long, when you're washing it, and then if the bottle says leave in for 1 to 3 minutes or however long it says, if you were to leave the blue shampoo in your hair for too long, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, then I do believe that it can get a bluish tint to your hair, which is probably not what you're looking for. So I hope that clears up some questions that people are asking about the blue shampoo and the purple shampoo. I know I made things quite confusing because my daily shampoo happens to have a tint of blue in it, but as far as I know, it's not a true blue shampoo. It's not the kind that puts in this tint. A true blue shampoo actually is made to minimize the brassiness of red, orange hair in brunettes that color their hair. And the element that gets put in there is cobalt. So the cobalt added into that goes with the blue shampoo is what helps tone down those orange tones. There is none of that in the shampoo that I happen to get that I really like that has a blue tinge to it, but it's not a true blue shampoo. I will need to make an adjustment to that one as well as my purple shampoo because, as I said in one of my previous videos, when I was reading the ingredients, there are some sulfates, some there's no parabens, so both of my shampoos don't have parabens, which is great, but there are some ingredients that I can almost not even quote on here because I don't even know how to pronounce a lot of them. That's why I kind of stumbled before I said anything more. But there were a few that were warned against to try to avoid in shampoos, and I don't see a lot of shampoos without these ingredients because that's what creates the lather, that's what creates either the fragrance or there's different ingredients that allow the shampoo to last longer or have a longer shelf life, but that is not necessarily good for us. And there are a couple of those ingredients in the shampoos that I use. So once I move, I'm going to look a little further at what kind of shampoos would be better and not have those sulfates and extra ingredients that I can't pronounce. But I have seen an amazing video by Amanda Silver Sister. I shared her name and her YouTube video link with you guys in some of my previous videos. And she has done one more recently where she has some amazing news about how her gray and white hair has gotten her this photo shoot, and I think as an extra on a video or a movie or something like this. And it's because of her gray and white hair. They loved her. They want her to be like a spokesperson for this, one of them, and one of the spokespeople. And she also shares in more detail about which products she uses that are much more researched and more in depth in terms of her gray grow up journey has been a lot longer than mine. I've just started. So I highly, highly recommend watching her video. She talks in there about a clarifying shampoo, which I don't have details about, but she highly recommends that to keep your hair, your gray hair especially, really healthy and soft and protected from sun and heat and all that stuff. And she also talks about specific protectants that you can use and oils, and it's great. I really do recommend it. So thank you all for listening. I am going to be finalizing some things with my next home this weekend. I will keep you updated. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to be cutting my hair a little shorter. I just want to see the gray really come out. And I kind of want to like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do something drastic, but who knows? I'm going to go with how I feel tomorrow or what the hairdresser says. But I think I'm just going to cut off a couple more inches so that it's all chin length. And it just allows me to see a little bit more. I know it's not a big difference, but a little bit more of just the gray rather than the color. And hey, summer is coming soon, so why not? Thanks all for listening.